Hi, I'm Monja Boonzaier. I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa. I've been teaching Pilates for 15 years, of which 9 years has been from my own studio, Beautiful Mind Pilates in Johannesburg. I've got a great passion for teaching movement, and I'm really enjoying integrating other movement forms in my teaching. I'm currently a 4th year student of the 4-year part-time Feldenkrais training in Switzerland, and I'm very excited to be graduating in August this year. Today I'll be teaching Leigh Cabral, who's been a client of mine for many years and a great inspiration to teach. Leigh has also been a loyal client, a colleague, as well as a Pilates practitioner. So we'll start off with the cat. Leigh, if you can just come around and please kneel on the chair. I've already got the spring set up as one bottom, one top. And just take a moment, Leigh, if you can think about your standing roll down. And just take a nice inhalation, an exhalation, and just let the gaze drop so the chin nods, the breastbone softens. Just take your time so you really curl through the trunk. And then you see how far you can roll before the pelvis goes back. And I'm just holding Leigh's legs here till she mounts on the pedal there and spiraling her arms out. And you can transfer your weight a little bit more forward and then just deepen the curve there in your thoracic spine. So we're going to breathe in as she presses the pedal down. So inhale, really lengthening all the way down, and on the out breath, she really draws up through her center, keeping the weight forward over the pedal. And inhale, reaching down. Great. And exhale, good. Really keeping the pelvis aligned over the knees. One more, Leigh. And inhale, reaching down. Great. And then exhale, we're curling up. Pelvis comes underneath. Just let the arms slip off. You roll yourself back up, letting the arms soften and the gaze back at your horizon. So we're going to change the breath pattern now to press down on the out breath. So you nod your head, soften through the breastbone, folding here in the middle, curling the pelvis, and then mounting on the pedal, curling your tailbone underneath. That's it. Just get your gaze also towards your navel. And now as you exhale, you press down. And as you inhale, think about breathing in through the back when you lift. That's nice. And exhale, you reaching down, pelvis stays quiet. And inhale, scooping up through the middle. And once more, exhale, pressing down. And then inhale, curling up, keeping the abdominal connection. Pelvis comes underneath you, hands slip off, and you just roll yourself off. Great. And you can dismount for the reverse swan. And for the reverse swan, I'm just taking a spring off, and I'm just putting one spring on. So Leigh, if you can just move yourself back. I'm just holding the pedal up for her so she can set herself up, bring the hands a little bit closer in underneath the armpits, lengthening the elbows, spiraling the arms out, and then she'll press the pedal down and lengthen her legs out. And I'm just going to give her a little bit of support here. If you need to move your pelvis forward, you can do that. Just lift your shoulders a little bit more. That's it. So now as we exhale, think of your roll up, your mat roll up. You soften through the sternum, you're curling, and then just allow those legs to float a little bit up. Keep your gaze here at your toes. And then we press down. Nice. And exhale. The back stays pretty quiet. She really curves from her thoracic spine here. And then inhale down. Good. And exhale once more, really lengthening from the back. And then inhale down. And now when you come out of it, just bending the knees, slowly bringing the pedal up, and then dismounting. Great. Right, so we're going to do the pull-up, and I'm putting 2 lat springs at the top. And you come around, and I like to press the pedal down for my clients. And this is another safety tool there, and then bringing the legs together. And now just think of your cat, Leigh, just really round through your spine, allow the weight to transfer forward, and we're going to do 2 variations, one slow and one fast. So as you exhale, you're going to pike yourself up, really lifting, and see if the pedal can go right up. Feel like the head goes a little bit forward, and then as you inhale, you go down really slowly, and you stop just before the pedal touches, and then exhale, rounding and just separating, letting the head tuck in, bring your gaze right up, and then as you inhale, you go down slowly, once more, and exhale, right up, nice curve, lifting out of these shoulders, and then you're going to slowly come down, and just drop your heels, just catch your breath. Second variation, we're going to do a little bit faster, exhale up, inhale down, so you're rounding, curling through your middle, exhale up and a bit faster, inhale down, and exhale, scoop, that's it, make it light, and 2, one more, and 3, and then slowly lower down, and I've got the pedal, you dismount, good, catch your breath. So we're going to do the forward lunge, and I'm keeping the springs at the same height. I'm pressing the pedal down again fully. 1 foot on the pedal, 1 foot on the chair, then moving your foot nicely to the front edge, and then bringing the hands behind your head, just wrapping through the shoulder blades, that's it, so you can see your elbows out of your peripheral vision. Tailbone nicely curled under. Now as you exhale, Leigh, you rise up, and we go straight up towards the ceiling, and then as we inhale, we come back down. Great, and the pelvis is beautifully organized here. And exhale, we rise up. And inhale, and Leigh, the third one, just think about wanting to lift your right leg off the pedal, just to add that extra challenge, and really keeping this knee quiet, and then slowly coming back down. I've got the pedal, Leigh swaps her legs, interlacing the hands, wrapping the elbows, curling the pelvis, and really keeping the stable leg quiet, and then exhale, rising up. And this left hip could just lift a little bit more, so you're lifting out of your right hip, and then inhale slowly, coming down. And exhale, softening in the sternum. Watch that that right knee doesn't rotate in. And exhale down. And the last one, you think about wanting to lift your left leg off the pedal, so that you could if you wanted to. And then slowly coming back down. I have the pedal, and Leigh dismounts. Good. The Swan front. We're just swapping the springs to the bottom, 2 at the bottom. And then Leigh, if you can just come with your stomach over, heels of the hands, not too wide. You can press the pedal down to start. Legs are nicely together, heels more or less in line with the sit bones. And then just hovering the pedal slightly off, and we really want to keep the length in the lower back. So as we inhale, Leigh, we're going to think about extending through the upper spine and really opening up through the front, sliding the shoulder blades down, and then exhaling, connecting. That's very nice. And you stop just before the pedal touches, and then inhale, keeping the lower back nice and long, shoulder blades down, spiraling those arms, and then exhale down. And now for the last one, inhaling. And then just pause then as you exhale, just see, can I elongate a little bit more? And if your spine allows you, sliding the shoulders down, and then slowly coming back down, bending your elbows to dismount. Bringing the pedal up, that's it, and take a step off. Thank you very much, Leigh. Okay.